Hello friends, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel if you're enjoying the instruction that I'm giving you. So today I'm going to be talking all about spiccato. So spiccato is a bow stroke where your bow bounces off the string between every note. You know you want to play spiccato when you see dots over the note. And you might be thinking, well, Meghan, dots could also mean staccato. They could also mean saute. So how do I know when to use which? And really, it just depends on your tempo. So a slow tempo, you're going to use staccato. In a medium tempo, you're going to use spiccato. And in a fast tempo, you're going to use saute. I have a whole other video on the difference between the three, and that I will link down in the description box below if you're interested in that. But today I'm going to be talking just specifically about spiccato. So I'm going to give you a couple of different exercises that you can learn or practice your spiccato with. And I'm also going to be talking about basically just the mechanics of how to do spiccato. So the number one thing that you need to have in order to be able to do spiccato is a really flexible right hand, a really flexible bow hand. If you're gripping, if you're tight, you are not going to be able to do spiccato. So I'm also going to link down below a video of exercises that you can do to help with your right hand flexibility. But if you do not have that, spiccato will not work. Spiccato needs to be done in the lower middle part of the bow. Every bow is different, so you might have to experiment and see, where it works best for your bow. But it's gonna be somewhere in the lower to middle part of the bow. I also additionally like to tilt my stick and my hair this way while I'm doing spiccato, just because it gives it a less harsh sound. Okay, so a couple of different exercises to practice spiccato. Number one, we're going to do this just on an open string. I'm going to start above the string, and then I'm basically going to allow my bow to come onto the string and then bounce off like that. And I'm just going to gradually get faster. So a couple of different things that you should have noticed. First of all, the way I did it was different when it was going slower than when it was going faster. So when it was going slower, I was employing more of my elbow, right? But as it got faster, it was really just more of my fingers and my hand. I heard someone describe the motion like brushing your teeth, kind of like this sort of motion. I thought that was really clever. So if that helps you think about it, then by all means, but it's essentially the Coley motion. Going up and down with the fingers. And again, your right hand must be very, very soft and light. Exercise number two is essentially the opposite of that. I'm going to start on the string, and then I'm going to gradually, get faster, gradually use less bow, and my bow should bounce off. Remember that your bow was made to bounce, so don't try to control it too much. Just let the bow do its thing. Another exercise that you can do is to play a scale. You can do it in several ways. A couple of my favorites are alternating between detached and spiccato. So I would play basically 8 notes on each note of the scale, and I would do 4 on the string and 4 off. So something like this. And then the other way would be to just do 4 notes or 4 strokes on every note, and it'll be all off, all spiccato, so something like this. And you can, of course, vary the speed as you see fit. Finally, one of my favorite exercises for working on spiccato is the subject number 2. So if you've never heard of the subject bowing etudes, Opus 3, number 40, definitely look them up. They're for free on IMSLP. And number 2 is all about spiccato. I know I said finally, but I have one more. If you are going through the Suzuki method or have been through the Suzuki method, playing perpetual motion in spiccato. Really great exercise as well. So those are some really good ways to practice spiccato. Again, the thing that you need to remember most is just to not squeeze with your right hand at all and not be tight, not be tense at all. Spiccato, it's one of those things that like you work on it and then one day it just clicks. So don't feel bad if you can't get it right away. If you're really having trouble getting your bow to bounce, go towards that flat hair because your bow is more likely to bounce when you have flat hair rather than turning it. So more likely to bounce, less likely to bounce, but it has a less harsh sound. So that's why I like to do that. But spiccato is tough, it's difficult, but if you keep working at it, you will get it, I promise. This was definitely one of the hardest things I had to learn, and one day it just clicked. So I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions about spiccato, definitely leave those below, and thank you so much for watching.